Welcome back to Beyond Binary, where we break down the world's biggest shifts in technology, trade, and diplomacy. Today, we're exploring one of the fastest-growing economic partnerships on the planet, India and the United Arab Emirates. What's really happening behind those high-level investment talks that keep making headlines? Why do these two nations matter so much to each other, and what does this mean for the future of global trade? India and the UAE have shared deep historical, cultural, and economic ties for centuries. But over the last few years, that relationship has transformed into something far bigger, a strategic partnership reshaping supply chains, finance, and technology corridors. One of the cornerstones of this transformation is the Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement, or CEPA, which slashed tariffs, simplified regulations, and encouraged a freer flow of goods, services, and investments. In just a few years, bilateral trade nearly doubled, climbing from around $43 billion to well over $80 billion. This surge isn't just a number, it represents millions of jobs, faster technology transfers, and new opportunities for businesses on both sides. Non-oil trade has emerged as the star of the story. For decades, the Gulf's economy was synonymous with oil, but today, more than half of India-UAE trade involves non-oil sectors. That includes everything from engineering goods and pharmaceuticals to textiles, agri-tech, and digital services. The shift tells us two things. First, both nations are serious about diversifying their economies. Second, they're positioning themselves for a future where energy is green, data is the new oil, and innovation is currency. The UAE is already one of India's largest trading partners and one of the biggest destinations for Indian exports. Think about that. When a container of Indian textiles, machinery, or food products leaves Mumbai or Chennai, there's a strong chance it's bound for Dubai, Abu Dhabi, or Sharjah. Meanwhile, the UAE continues to supply India with not just oil and energy, but gold, precious metals, and advanced technologies. This two-way street reinforces economic interdependence and geopolitical trust. Foreign direct investment is another critical piece. Over the last 2 decades, billions of dollars of UAE capital have flowed into Indian infrastructure, energy, and tech ventures. From metro rail projects and renewable energy parks to e-commerce giants and fintech startups, Emirati investors have played a key role in India's growth story. At the same time, Indian companies have invested billions into the UAE, setting up tech hubs, healthcare facilities, and manufacturing plants. This isn't charity or coincidence, it's a strategic alignment where India provides scale, talent, and innovation, while the UAE offers capital, connectivity, and a global gateway. Looking ahead, both countries have set an ambitious target, achieving $100 billion in non-oil trade by 2030. That goal is more than a headline, it's a roadmap. It means strengthening logistics corridors, improving customs procedures, aligning technical standards, and investing in future sectors. Among the most promising areas are green hydrogen production, digital infrastructure, AI-driven supply chains, maritime connectivity, and even space exploration. Yes, space. Both India's ISRO and the UAE Space Agency are exploring opportunities for joint missions and satellite technologies. Imagine a future where a satellite co-designed by Indian engineers and Emirati scientists helps monitor global climate patterns or secures communication networks for the entire region. Supporting this momentum is the Bilateral Investment Treaty, which gives businesses on both sides the confidence to invest long-term. It provides clearer legal frameworks, fair arbitration mechanisms, and protection against sudden regulatory changes. For investors, that's not just legal jargon, it's reassurance that big capital commitments won't evaporate overnight. Another powerful tool in this partnership is the High-Level Joint Task Force on Investments. This isn't a ceremonial committee, it's a working engine where ministers, central bank officials, and industry leaders meet to solve bottlenecks and accelerate projects. Its next meeting, scheduled for this month, is expected to review the success of CEPA, address financial cooperation like local currency settlement options, and unlock new opportunities in cutting-edge sectors. Healthcare and pharmaceuticals are already seeing tangible benefits. With CEPA reducing tariffs and streamlining approvals, Indian generic medicines are reaching UAE hospitals faster, more affordably, and with fewer bureaucratic delays. The UAE, aiming to be a medical hub for the Middle East and Africa, gains reliable supplies and manufacturing partnerships. This synergy has implications far beyond the Gulf. It could improve access to affordable medicines across multiple continents. Services and talent mobility are another area transforming under this partnership. Indian IT professionals, engineers, accountants, and consultants now find it easier to work in the UAE under clearer visa and licensing rules. This doesn't just benefit individuals, it strengthens the UAE's service economy and deepens professional networks that tie the two nations together. Perhaps most exciting is the surge in innovation and startup activity. Emirati sovereign wealth funds and family offices are pouring investment into Indian startups, particularly in clean tech, agri-tech, fintech, and AI. Meanwhile, Indian entrepreneurs are setting up shop in Dubai and Abu Dhabi, using the UAE as a springboard to global markets. These investments create an innovation corridor, one that could set global standards in digital finance, green energy, and smart infrastructure. Beyond the economics, there's a diplomatic layer that shouldn't be overlooked. For India, the UAE offers a strategic bridge to the Middle East, Africa, and Europe. For the UAE, India represents not only a massive consumer market, but also a tech powerhouse and a trusted partner in a shifting geopolitical landscape. Their cooperation on defense exercises, counter-terrorism efforts, and even cultural exchanges adds depth to what might otherwise be a purely transactional relationship. The big takeaway? India and the UAE are showing the world how bilateral diplomacy can evolve beyond traditional trade deals. This is about shared innovation ecosystems, sustainability goals, and inclusive growth. It's about balancing the urgency of today, like energy security and job creation, with the foresight of tomorrow, like climate resilience and digital sovereignty. As these two nations sit down for their high-level investment talks, every handshake, every memorandum of understanding, and every policy tweak represents more than numbers on a balance sheet. It's about building resilience in a world of economic shocks, forging trusted supply chains in a fragmented global order, and setting a precedent for how emerging economies can lead on the world stage. For viewers of Beyond Binary, the story of India and the UAE is a reminder that the future of diplomacy isn't always written in treaties signed behind closed doors. Sometimes it's written in cargo manifests, startup incubators, and joint research labs. Sometimes the most powerful partnerships are the ones that quietly build the infrastructure, both physical and digital, that will define the next century. So the next time you hear about another round of India-UAE investment talks, know that it's not just business as usual, it's the architecture of a future economy being built in real time. And in a world where every nation is vying for strategic advantage, India and the UAE are proving that collaboration, not competition, can unlock extraordinary possibilities. Thank you for joining this deep dive. If you found this exploration insightful, remember to like this video, share it with friends who follow global affairs, and subscribe to Beyond Binary for more breakdowns of how technology, economics, and diplomacy are reshaping our world. Drop a comment below. Which sector, green hydrogen, space tech, or digital finance, do you think will define India-UAE relations in the next decade? Stay curious, stay analytical, and always look beyond the binary.